Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Young and Restless preview. At long last, check out the wild lair of Aristotle, Dumas. Let's get the big news out of the way first. By week's end, we'll finally meet the mysterious Aristotle Dumas. But first, the Young and the Restless will take viewers on a journey involving trains, a maze, and the issuing of a challenge. Sharon, Nick, Billy, Chelsea, Nikki, and Victor all board the Dumas Express as they continue to have their collective strings pulled by the puppet mast. As Billy asks if Victor is ready to head into Dumas' lair, his former father-in-law can only smirk. But given that trains and mysterious individuals never go well together in films and novels, Murder on the Orient Express, anyone, Victor might want to be on his guard. Meanwhile, Jack, Diane, Kyle, and Audra all encounter Dumas' assistant, Carter, who welcomes them to the beginning of their adventure. Yes, it's a garden maze, another bad omen, if you are a fan of Greek mythology or an avid Stephen King reader. Can this promo get any creepier? Yes, in fact, it can. Because even as Lily is pensively worrying that things may not be what they seem, a mysterious someone, we're betting Dumas himself is watching via a video monitor. What does he have planned for the residents of Genoa City, whom he's lured away from their homes and onto his turf? Read the Young and Restless spoilers to find out whose connection to Dumas is revealed when the host of the party finally shows himself. It's been whispered about in hushed tones, hinted at in moody shots of velvet armchairs and veiled threats, and glimpsed only in shards of shadow. But now, at long last, the Young and the Restless is ready to pull back the curtain, or more aptly, fling it aside with flair, on the most mysterious locale to hit Genoa City since the Newman Ranches. Wine cellar turned into a war zone. Welcome to the world of Aristotle Dumas. And the lair that's just as dangerous, decadent, and unhinged as the man himself. It's not a penthouse, it's not a manor, it's a monument to secrets. And now that we've seen it, we understand everything and yet absolutely nothing about the man who built it. Let's take a full tour through the decadent, bizarre, and unsettling domain that Young and Restless viewers have been dying to see and uncover exactly what this reveal tells us about Dumas' psychology, his endgame, and who might not make it out of the lair alive. The devil lives here. First impressions of the estate, we should have known Dumas wouldn't live in a normal house. Not a tasteful Genoa City-style McMansion, not even a glossy new high-rise. No, he lives in something that looks like it was dreamed up during a feverish architectural seance and financed by gold bars and blackmail. Set just outside the city limits and concealed behind a dense forest no one seems to recall. Driving past the estate is a sprawling fortress meets cathedral. Think ivy-covered stone walls, wrought iron gates with no visible locks, and a driveway so long that by the time you reach the entrance, you've forgotten where you came from. And the front door, blood red. Not crimson, not burgundy. Blood red, a subtle nod, or a full-blown warning. You decide. Inside the lair, designed by way of decadence and control. Once inside, the disorientation begins. You expect to be greeted by a butler. Instead, you're greeted by silence. The lighting is low, golden but not warm. Everything feels intentional and oddly theatrical. In the great hall, the ceiling stretches 2 stories, lit only by dripping candles that seem to float. Classical music hums faintly from somewhere above, and in the center of it all is a sculpture, not of a person, but of a chessboard mid-checkmate. The king toppled, and the queen cracked. Viewers who've been following the recent storylines, especially those involving Claire, Grace, and Mariah, won't miss the symbolism. This isn't a home, it's a stage, a psychological mirror, and a trap. The map room, where Dumas plots his moves, one of the most chilling and fascinating rooms, is what Dumas calls the map room. Not a literal cartographer's haven, but a war room lined with shelves of vintage dossiers, hand-annotated blueprints of Genoa City, and even what looks like a dossier on every major Newman, Abbott, and Chancellor player. Yes, including Noah, including Tessa, including Mariah. Each file is marked not just with photos and timelines but with motive analysis, vulnerable to shame, emotional pressure point. Child custody craves approval from patriarch, exploitable. This isn't paranoia, this is precision. Dumas doesn't just want to control the chessboard, he wants to own the players, the private theater, where secrets are watched. Not just kept. Yes, you read that correctly, Dumas has a private theater, but not for movies. For surveillance playback, the walls are lined with screens, and the flickering images include footage from Newman Tower boardrooms, hidden camera angles from Society's wine bar, a locked feed labeled only Abbott's archive, footage, -2008. Dumas is watching everyone, but what's more terrifying is that he's archiving them, not just for leverage, but for manipulation, maybe even for blackmail, or, as some fans now suspect, to relive moments he helped engineer. The sanctuary, where he brings his inner circle for all its grandeur. There's one room that feels like it doesn't belong, the sanctuary, a quiet, cathedral-like chamber where Dumas allegedly brings those he trusts, We've only seen one character enter it so far, Ashley Abbott. But the room's furnishings suggest something deeper. Along the back wall, a single photograph in an ornate black frame. It's a young girl, one who bears a striking resemblance to Claire Grace. Underneath it, a plaque engraved with the word remembrance. Is she the key to Dumas' obsession, his guilt, his origin story? Whatever the truth is, it's locked inside the sanctuary, and likely, Ashley's memory. Easter eggs and cryptic details. That spelled Doom diehard fans have already started pulling screenshots apart frame by frame, and here are a few insane details they've spotted inside the lair. A music box playing Mockingbird, the same lullaby Claire remembers from her childhood nightmares. A book on the foyer table titled The Architecture of Fear, bookmarked at Designing for Psychological Submission. A red leather chair, identical to the one in Mariah's captivity scenes years ago. Is Dumas tied to Mariah's traumatic past? Is he the financier of Jordan's network, or worse, its architect? The lair suggests, yes. No one leaves without changing. In a chilling voiceover at the end of the reveal episode, Dumas offers this sentiment. Calm and measured. Everyone who walks through these doors does so for a reason, and no one leaves unchanged. Cut to Kyle, pacing nervously in the main corridor, holding a contract he clearly regrets signing. Cut to Phyllis, eavesdropping in a corridor she should never have found, and then to Claire, standing alone in the sanctuary whispering, "I've been here before." What the lair reveal means for the story ahead. This isn't just a set piece, it's a plot accelerator. The unveiling of Dumas' lair fundamentally shifts the show's dynamic. Victor's suspicion now has teeth, and he'll move to counter. Claire's past is about to explode, with Dumas possibly being the man who named her Evelyn. Mariah's secret, long teased, now clearly rooted in this lair, may involve her having known about the operation and done nothing. Ashley's foggy recollection of a lost summer might lead straight to a forgotten romance or betrayal. This isn't the climax. This is the beginning. Final thought. Entering the lair means there's no turning back. Soap sets can be gorgeous, but few are this symbolic. Dumas' lair is more than eye candy. It's psychological warfare, constructed to draw characters deeper into their own undoing. Every hallway means something. Every portrait tells a lie. Every chair could be a throne or a trap. And now that we've seen it, we know, no matter who survives this arc, no one walks away clean. Not Sharon, not Kyle, not even Claire, and certainly not Dumas, whose lair isn't just a fortress, it's a confession. Would you like the next 1,000 to 1,200 words to explore the parallels between Dumas' lair and the original Ian Ward cult locations? Trace every character who's been in the lair and what it could mean for their fate. Or do a room-by-room breakdown of Easter eggs that could point to Dumas' true identity or hidden partner.